Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know you all saw the thumbnail, so you know what's about to go down. Yes, we're about to make some black and white pudding. Now, ever since I started my YouTube channel, I've been getting a lot of requests for black and white pudding, but to be honest, the ingredients are hard to find where I live. So I eventually gave in and just jumped on Amazon and ordered some of them. Now, to get started, I have here some long grain white rice, and I have my seasonings already blended. I'll show you guys how I did it in just a minute. I also will be using some beef blood. I have coconut milk, and I have my beef casings here. We would call it runners back in Guyana, but the correct name is casings. I also have some seasoned salt, cookup seasoning, bouillon. I have some black pepper, complete seasonings. I'll be using some nutmeg, cinnamon, and some sugar. Let's jump right in. So here I have the main ingredients for this recipe. I have some basil. I have sweet basil and Thai basil, two different types. As you know, there are different species of basil all over the world, but they're all basil, but they're different types of it. Now in Guyana, we would call it mardman pork. That's another type, and we don't get that here, so I'm using what I have. I also have some green onions and some thyme. Now I don't have the broadleaf thyme because we don't get that here, but if you have that where you live, feel free to use it. That's another main ingredient as well, but I'm just going with whatever I have. I will be using some garlic and some hot chili peppers. Let me show you guys how I blend this up. Basically, you just want to add all the ingredients to your blender or food processor, and you want to just blend it. I do not like mine too smooth. I like it nice and chunky because I like to see the seasonings, in the pudding. And I just add a little water to help with the blending process. And we'll process this until it's, to a nice chunky consistency. And that's it. We'll just transfer it to a nice bowl and set it aside. In a preheated pot, I did add some oil, and now I'll go in with 1 cup of my seasoning blend. I want to fry this up a bit before I add the rest of the ingredients. So we'll let it go for about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, we'll add our washed rice. You want to make sure you wash that rice really well because white rice is very starchy. And we're using coconut milk to boil it. So, you want to get rid of some of that starch, or else you will have this sticky, mushy kind of rice because of the coconut milk that it's cooked in. Next, we will add all of our seasonings. You want to season really well, and it's okay if you over season because towards the end of the process we will be adding some more coconut milk, and we'll have to add the blood, so that will dilute the taste a bit. So if you over season, that's perfect. We will let this fry for about 5 minutes before adding the coconut milk. Next, we'll add our coconut milk, and we'll also add a tad bit of water here. We will mix really well and allow this to cook on low and slow heat until all that liquid evaporates. Once you have the perfect liquid to rice ratio, when the liquid evaporates, your rice should be nice and tender. After about 20 minutes, all the liquid should evaporate and your rice should be perfectly cooked. Now, don't be alarmed if it looked, kind of sticky and like clump up together. That's the way it will look because of the coconut milk that it's cooked in. You will let it cool off a bit, allow it to cool down, and it will loosen up. And that's when we will proceed with the next step. So next you want to separate the rice, or if you're just making one, you can just go ahead and do your one. I've separated my rice because I'm doing black and white pudding, and I'm going to start with the white pudding first. For the white, we're going to add some more of that seasoning mixture, and then we'll add some coconut milk. This is to prevent the rice from becoming super dry when we cook it again, because we have to boil it again to cook the runners or the beef casings. So we will add the coconut milk and give it a good mix, and then I'll show you guys the next step. So today I'll be using this sausage stuffer or filler. I did get it on Amazon, and I will leave the link down in my description box. It is such a time saver, guys. You know, it is better and just quick and easy. If you can invest in one of these, please do so. You know, when I tried this for the first time, I was like, the people that make this to sell, the black and white pudding, kudos to them, like respect to them, because this stuff is very time consuming, and having to make a lot of it to sell, like, it is so much work. So kudos to the people who do that. And this is how it actually works. You want to place your rice into the barrel, and you don't want to full it. You leave a little space at the end there, and you want to place your rice in and then put that other part, and what you will do is like wind it, like if you're using a mill. That's how it works. You seal it down to your countertop and you just reel it like you're using a mill, and the stuff just goes into the casing, and it's so quick and easy, guys. But I couldn't get like a perfect shot because of the way my countertop is situated, but I tried to get the best shot I could to show you guys how it works. So yeah, this is the best angle because of how my countertop is, and because of how my tripod and my phone is situated. I cannot show it in a different angle, but this is the best I can do. I hope you guys seeing how it's going through. I'm just winding it behind here, and all of the stuffing is going into the casing. Super easy. So now I have all the rice into the casing. What I like to do is just cut the pieces off, the excess pieces. And you don't want to make this too tight, like stuff it too tight. You want to leave like a tad bit, a little space there, because when it cooks, you don't want it to pop. And what I like to do is tie the ends just to be safe. Sometimes if you cook it like that, it may not, the stuffing may not come through, but sometimes it may. So to be safe, I like to tie it up, and everything is just perfect. Next, you want to have a pot of water preheating, and you want to have it like on medium heat, and you'll place the pudding into the water. Make sure it's submerged in there and allow it to boil for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you want to remove it, dry it off with a paper towel, and then you want to brush some oil over top. You want to brush it on both sides and just allow it to cool. Next, we will go ahead and start on the black pudding. So for the black pudding, you'll add some of that seasoning into the rice, and you want to add your blood. We will add about 1 cup of the blood into the rice, give it a good mix, and then we will fill our casings. Now I will not show you guys me filling the casings again, just to save time, We don't need a super long hour video of black pudding and white pudding. So you guys saw what I did with a white pudding. It's the same process. We will fill it just the same way and we will boil it in the pot for 20 minutes and then I'll show you guys the finished product. Just a little glimpse of how the black one looks when I've already filled it in the casings. Now we will just place this in the boiling water and boil for 20 minutes. And repeating the same step, once it comes out of the pot, you will dry it off and then go in with that oil, oiling on both sides, and that's it. And this is how you want your black and white pudding to look, guys. You want your rice to look green and not white. If your rice looks white, it means it needs more seasoning. You want it to look like this. You see, you can see all the speckles of seasoning in there. You can see the peppers, everything. You can tell this is well seasoned. And let me tell you, the taste is amazing. I can't wait for you guys to try this recipe. Trust me. It was absolutely divine. And here you have it, my version of black and white pudding. I did serve it up with some mango sour, which the link to that will be down in the description box. I really do hope you guys enjoy this recipe. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for me. I will be leaving all my ingredients and measurements down in the description box, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a good day and enjoy!